But okay.
Miss, when will we be getting our books?
I'll let you know soon.
Books.
Like, yeah, so you'll be asked to fill up. Have you guys filled up the form with your addresses and all that?
That was last year. What we filled that?
We did that last year.
Last year, yes. This year again, it'll be shared. Again, we just
This year we've
literally
not got a
started,
form.
right? So you'll get it soon,
Yeah.
and we'll send it out in a bit. Okay. So before we start
because
off,
for note making and all that, it's needed the book.
yeah, it's good to revise from it, no? Yeah, we'll send it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like last time, could you just share the link for the soft copy of the book?
Yeah, definitely. Should be there in group description. If it's not there, I'll get it updated.
Actually, I checked. The group description is empty.
It's not there,
before
right?
the last. It is not
I'll get it
updated.
updated. The schedule and the resources will be updated there. Okay. Cool. All right. So before we start off, haloalkanes, haloarenes. How much of organic chem do you guys remember? Do you know what are aliphatic compounds?
Not that bad. Yeah.
No, I literally remember nothing. 11 last paper I gave and I'm like, clear head.
That's it. Rub it
off. Cleared my brain.
You will need
rub it off. I do that. So it's like you start with it, I'll start remembering.
Little bit of warm up. Okay. So what are aliphatic compounds?
Straight chain compounds.
Straight chain. Straight or branched, but chain.
Mainly like not circular and not
Yeah, not ring.
Not ring.
Not ring.
Yeah. What are aryl compounds? What are aryl?
Okay, Dhriti, you wanna go ahead? You wanna try?
I'm telling you, I don't remember my.
Think like
we have
working those muscles.
We have the chemistry retest 17 for 11th grade.
How come?
Yeah, but that's for the uni thing, right? If you want to like, so it's an optional thing where because people are applying abroad.
It's an
they'll need the 11th grade.
Not for that.
Oh, so the 19th thing.
What Drishti ma'am? Yeah, the Drishti. What Drishti ma'am?
I am about this. We'll be discussing 11th grade stuff. We'll be building upon it. So some of the concepts will definitely be repeated there. Okay, so haloalkanes, haloarenes. What is the general formula? Like, what do you mean by haloalkanes, haloarenes?
We're going to be studying compounds that have halogen in it. That's why it's haloalkanes and haloarenes. Yes. And the general formula for any compound is CnH2n plus 1 and X for halogen. Yeah.
Yes.
Or I think that's only for alkane.
No, that's
for alkanes. Yes. Correct. Okay. Now again, you have alkanes, you have like straight chain, branch chain. You can have multiple number of halogen atoms also attached. So based on that, you like all the haloalkanes are classified into different groups, categories. So it's easier to study the properties and everything. Okay. So you can see here, based on the number of halogen atoms, you have monohalo compounds. So monohalo, if you come across the word mono, it means how many halogen atoms will be attached?
One.
Dihalo compounds?
Two.
And poly means more than 2.
Many. So poly may, you could have trihalo, tetrahalo, keeps going. Okay. Just like your polynomials and any other thing you'd have come across. All right. And depending on the structure of haloalkanes and haloarenes, depending on what hydrocarbon part it is attached to, you have other categories or types of haloalkanes, haloarenes, halo compounds actually. Okay. So based on hybridization, So carbon can undergo what all types of hybridization in organic compounds?
It will undergo 3 types of hybridization: sp, sp2, sp3.
Correct. So the halogen atom can be attached to either sp or sp2 or sp3. Okay. So when it is attached to sp2 carbon, all right. So where all do you come across an sp2 hybridized carbon?
Carbons that have double bonds.
Yes. So carbons that have double bonds, major groups, you have alkenes and you have aryl compounds, compounds like benzene. Okay. So X can be attached to an sp2 compound from an alkene, or it can be attached to one in resonance, one in benzene. So when it is directly attached to an sp2 hybridized carbon, this kind of compound is called, any idea?
Haloalkene.
Oh, all of these are haloalkenes. Specifically, what type of haloalkenes?
Vinylic haloalkenes.
Yes, you remember it. So vinylic.
Did I say it right? Vinylic or vinylic? I don't know.
It's not vinylic,
sure
but yeah, vinylic. It's a vinyl haloalkane. Yeah. All right. When it is attached to an sp2 that is part of a resonance structure, a part of benzene, for example, then it is called
an aryl compound.
Aryl.
Straight away. Yeah.
Straightforward. Okay. Now, when it is attached to sp3 hybridized carbon, again, there's like very specific special cases. The first one is if it is part of a chain which is, all single bonds, then it will be called, this is pretty straightforward, we've been discussing.
Mono haloalkane.
Like right now, we're just looking at mono only for now. See, if it's part of a ring structure, it's aryl. If it's part of a straight chain, then it is
alkyl.
Aliphatic. Yeah.
Aliphatic.
Okay. And what other cases there? So if it is attached to a carbon atom, which is in turn attached to an sp2 carbon, basically it is attached to an the carbon atom adjacent to sp2, then this is going to be so this is called allylic.
Allylic carbon atom. Yeah. Ma'am, we didn't have this last year, right?
No, these particular parts we didn't have. You had broad aliphatic and aryl aromatic, but yeah, these are very specific to functional groups like halogens and alcohols and all of that. So whenever a question says there is an allylic halogen which has taken part in reaction, blah, 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 that's a hint for you guys, because allylic means it is part of an alkene and that particular functional group is attached to the carbon atom adjacent to sp2. If it is directly attached to the sp2, it is vinylic. If it is attached to sp3, it is allylic. So this is like a major thing which can get confusing. So yeah, just make a note of it. Allylic is adjacent to double bond. You can think of it that way, AA. And vinylic is when it is attached directly. Okay. sp ke liye there's no special name as such. It would come under aliphatic only if in case there's a halogen attached to it. Okay, then what else do we have? Oh yeah, sp3 carbon. Now there is an sp3 hybridized carbon attached to a halogen. this sp3 carbon, in this case, it is attached to sp3 only, other single bonded carbons. In this case, it is attached to a double bonded carbon. Now, if this is attached to a benzene ring, then this halogen is called
benzyl something.
yes,
It's
very good.
benzylic.
Benzylic.
Huh.
Okay. So benzylic is, it is attached to a carbon which is attached to benzene. If it is directly attached to benzene, then it's called aryl. It's aromatic, basically part of the aromatic resonance structure. But this is not a part of the resonance structure because there is one carbon atom in between. So this is benzylic. Okay, that's the difference between aryl and benzylic. So we've got alkyl halide, allylic halide, benzylic halide. Yeah, so these are like the main different categorizations or types of different alkyl halides. So straight chain, you've got aliphatic. sp3 may you have allylic and benzylic. Remember that they're attached to sp3 carbon atom, which in turn are attached to double bond and benzene ring. If it is directly attached to the sp2 hybridized carbon atom, then you have vinylic and aryl. So this is vinylic halide and this is aryl halide. Okay. So these are the categorizations of monohaloalkanes or alkenes. Now, dihaloalkanes and haloalkenes, you have again two different types of categorizations. Two very specific cases. Again, this is not like the complete exhaustive list. It's just very
sp2 and sp3, which we discussed right now, are all part of the monohaloalkane category.
Yes. sp, there is nothing, there's no specific category. Yeah, carbon can be
sp. But sp2 and sp3, which we discussed right now,
yes,
is mono.
Now, for dihalo compounds, so let's say now you have two halogen atoms. Dihalo mainly for aliphatic. Okay. Aliphatic matlab you have like a straight chain of carbon atoms. Where all and how all can you arrange the two halogen atoms?
We can arrange it in 3 different ways. No, actually more than 3. In a lot
more
of
than
ways,
3,
basically.
definitely, yes.
Yeah.
Two specific cases
you can have.
Yeah, two specific cases that we look at are when they're attached to the same carbon atom, and the other cases when they're attached to adjacent carbon atoms. Okay. So when they're attached to adjacent carbon atoms, then such a dihaloalkane is called, so these two are called vicinal dihalides. This is a vicinal dihalide. And if you find them attached to the same carbon atom, then this is called geminal dihalide.
I have.
Okay. Do you guys follow like astrology, sun signs and all that?
No.
I had a phase.
Okay. No, as long as you're aware of it.
Yeah, I do the phase.
Okay. No, that will help.
Like,
yeah, that will help in remembering. So vicinal dihalide, because they're in vicinity to each other, they're near each other. Vicinity is like close by. So you can say, okay, they are vicinal dihalides. Geminal dihalide, so the sun sign Gemini, what does it represent?
I don't know that.
Represents.
Don't know.
Okay, then forget about it.
Oh,
So
isn't it like that? It's
I don't know
a-
about the shape,
a
but
line
basically Gemini is twins, right? No? Okay,
Yeah,
forget
Yeah, the
about it.
Gemini twins.
Huh.
Yes, yes.
So that
Gemini are twins.
so just like twins, they both have the same carbon atom, parent carbon atom, or the same carbon atom that they're attached to. So that's
yeah,
Gemini.
ma'am, it's like that. It's like a concave and a convex mirror, and there are like two lines between them.
Oh, okay. Something like this.
Yeah, just one more line
Kind
in
of.
between
Kind
them.
of.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No, this can get confusing, so let's not go into this.
It's like you could just remember vicinal dihalide, so the other one has to be
Geminal. Yes.
Geminal.
Yeah.
Vicinal is remembered in the vicinity,
Done.
baju baju
Yes.
mein, but the other one you will have to remember.
Know the name. Yeah. That's geminal dihalide.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is all like the classifications of different haloalkanes. Okay. So we'll do like a quick exercise on it. Let's see.
Chal jaldi.
Okay. Not a lot in the workbook, so I'll just give you some compounds.
Are we doing like naming?
Naming will come. Actually, we can do naming and this both. All right. Nomenclature. How much do you guys remember?
Most of it.
Most of it.
But
Nomenclature.
like, yeah. Nomenclature is
Shantanu,
basic.
Shantanu, what about you?
Can we go through the important points to remember again?
Go through it. Okay. Cool. We'll do one. Like I'll give an example. We'll do that together. After that, I'll give you guys compounds. Okay. So let's say we have so many carbon atoms, whatever chain. We'll do a branch. Cl, H. Okay. So first, what is the first thing that you do when you're trying to name an organic compound? Yes.
Figure out which is the longest carbon atom chain.
Cool. So which is the longest one? How many carbon atoms?
5.
5. Whether you take this chain or this chain,
Or
you're
you
going
take
to end
that
up with
chain, it's
5,
the same.
whichever. Okay. So if there are 5 carbon atoms in the longest chain, what is going to be the name? Root word?
Pentane.
Pentane. Okay. Now this is not simply pentane. What have we left out?
Yeah.
Substituents kuch hai?
Yeah. There's a methyl group and then there's a chlorine atom.
Yes.
Chlorine atom.
Now, how would you describe where they are?
So 2-methyl.
Yeah, 2-methyl, 4-chloro, 2-methyl pentane. Even if you take it the other way around, the locant number is 6, so it does not.
Be the same thing. Yes.
It's the same either way.
So, whether you start counting from here as number 1 or whether you start counting from here, the only difference is that the chloro and the methyl are exchanging their position numbers. Now, how do you decide which one's going to get higher priority? Methyl, like alkyl group, or the halogen atom?
Isn't it the alphabetical order that we follow when it's the same thing?
Yes. So then you have to resort to
2-chloro. 2-chloro, 4-methyl pentane.
2-chloro, 4-methyl pentane. So this is the IUPAC name for this. So when you're writing it, methyl pentane should be like a single word, okay? And whenever there is a number, put a hyphen there, and the rest of it is always going to be the same word. That's like the format.
Could we do like 2-3 examples and then you give us the rest of the compounds?
Acha, okay. Can do. But this is the basic process. Like we'll start off simple and then slowly increase the complexity. Okay. Let's do CH3, CH3, CH3. Okay, this is the compound now. Oh, Mitali has sent in. Okay. One tiny mistake. Can you figure out? Huh.
Got it.
Now you
Sorry.
corrected it. Yes. Also, another one. We just discussed, right? It's got to be alphabetical.
Ma'am, but the locant number should be less, right, overall? Or will it? Because then it becomes 4,4 dimethyl butane. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, no. Okay, so then it is 1 bromo 3,3. Okay, sorry. My bad.
It's 1 bromo 3,3 dimethyl 4.
Hi, Ansh. Switch on your video. Let me see you. It's been a year. Ansh, what happened? You didn't check your WhatsApp earlier?
Miss.
Okay, get settled.
1 bromo 3,3 dimethyl butane, right?
Yes. Shantanu, did you get it?
Yes.
Okay. So we've got 4 carbon atoms. So ये हो जाएगा butane. Attached are 2 methyl groups. So there's going to be dimethyl and there's a bromo. So if you look at the position, you can either give it 2 and 4, or you can start from here, give it 1, 3. This is lower. So you get 1 bromo, 2,2 dimethyl. So this is the rule that when you have two substituents attached to the same thing, you can give it the same position number with a comma in between, that way. And when you have the same substituent on 3, 3.
How is 2 miss
3, 3. I miswrote here. 1 and 3. Yeah, because both of them are methyl, you write it as dimethyl. Okay. Next. Okay. Do this. Shantanu, you also send your answer over chat once you've done it. Okay. Interesting. Two different numberings I've got. Dhriti and Mithali have sent.
It should be 2 and 3, right? Because that's
even
the
I
least...
thought it should be 2, but like in the previous question we had to change because of the alphabetical order.
Whichever
So
is the lowest. Whichever is the
Chlorine
lowest.
comes
Even
first.
then it should be.
First priority is always
even then,
for lowest.
even if you take...
First priority is always
Okay.
lowest. And if at all, it's not making any difference whether whichever order you take, then you go by alphabetical. But first rule to always follow is...
answer is correct.
Yes. So always go with the lowest. In the case where it is getting confusing, it doesn't make a difference either way, then you go with alphabetical.
Okay, ma'am, got it.
So right now it'll be 2-chloro, 3-bromo-pentane, right?
Yes. 2-chloro and
2-chloro, 3-bromo-pentane.
Yeah.
I got it right.
If I remove one of this carbon atoms, it is butane. Now it is confusing whether to put 2-chloro, 3-bromo or 2-bromo, 3-chloro. Right?
So then you put...
Then it'll be 2-bromo,
2-bromo,
2-chloro.
Yes.
3-chloro, sorry.
2-bromo, 3-chloro.
Yes, that way. First preference is always for lowest numbers. All right, Ansh, are you ready to join in?
Messi went to sleep again.
Yes, hello. How's it going, Ansh?
Hello.
Yes, can hear you now. Okay, so we literally just started haloalkanes and haloarenes. We did the classification and now we're just practicing the nomenclature. Okay, so nomenclature, I mean, something we've done last year also. So I'm hoping that you should be able to catch up. But if you have any doubts, you can ask. And Shantanu, send in your answers. Send your answers over chat. I don't know how much you've gotten, how much you've not gotten, right? Do that. Okay, next compound. I'm going to increase the
difficulty.
Yeah, not by a lot. Still gonna be simple, but yeah. So yeah, this is your compound. Also, like give the name and give the classification of what it is. Allylic, vinylic, alkyl, aliphatic, aryl, all of that. Okay, Mitali has already sent in. Awesome. Correct. Dhriti, check what all are there in the compound. There is a double bond here. So your root word's gonna change. Shantanu and Ansh, yet to receive answers from you guys. Close. Again, even for double bond, the lowest number will apply for position. Okay. Shantanu. %95% there. Ansh, send in quickly. Dali, what about okay, this you'll do later.
Oh yeah, sorry. I
That's okay.
Sort of
Do that
just
later,
jumped
but yeah,
in.
this is yes.
Ma'am, question. If I use toluene in my answer, does it still make it IUPAC? Or that becomes a common name?
No. Toluene, xylene, you can use those in IUPAC.
Okay.
And be careful, pent kahan se aa gaya? Count the number of carbon atoms. And Mitali, for the last one, just check your numbering, position numbers.
Should it be 2, 4? Because my toluene, I'm considering it 1 when I write toluene.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Awesome. So pehla wala, you gotta be careful when you're counting. This is hydrogen. So you've got C, 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 C. That's 4 carbons. So that's going to be bute. Since there is a double bond over here, it's going to be butene. Double bond is in the second position. So that's 2 butene. And there's bromo on the second carbon. So 2 bromo, 2 butene. Okay. You guys need, I mean, Dhriti, Mitali, you guys are doing well. Shantanu is also catching up. Ansh, you need a proper warming up, I guess. Need to revise nomenclature. Okay. The second one. All right. Who all have done this one? Mitali has sent in. Shantanu is yet to send, and Dhriti is yet to send. So Dhriti, you did not regard the double bond here. So this makes it butene. And
yeah. Just a second, I'm sending the second one.
Yeah.
Ma'am, are we supposed to classify the other two as well? 'Cause
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't do that.
Do that.
Okay.
I figured I'll discuss the classification all together once nomenclature is done. Send in. Ansh, are you working it out? Actually, Mitali, now that I see your answer for this, yeah, no, that's correct. That's fine. Yes, that's correct. Shantanu, two things. When you see that there is double bond on carbon, like of course it is between this carbon atom and this carbon atom. When you're picking which number to put, especially in the case of double bonds, pick the lowest number. And another thing you need to remember is double bonds and triple bonds feature lower in the priority order. So if you have a chloro and also a double bond, you need to give the lower number for the double bond than the chloro. I mean, sorry, you need to give the lower number for chloro than the double bond. That takes priority. Okay. Yes, Dhriti got it. So Shantanu, your name, your elements are all there. Just the position numbers, you reversed it. That's it. And Ansh, I have not received this answer from you yet. Solving? Yes. Okay, so let's see how many carbon atoms in this. Start from the corner. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 carbon atoms. Yes, Shantanu, you got it. So this is going to be pentene. So either you can write it as 4-pentene or pent-4-ene. Both are accepted. And chloro in the second position. So that's 2-chloro, 4-pentene or pent-4-ene. Okay, do the last one now. So Ansh, which one are you on? To revise. Okay. So aliphatic के लिए again short simple steps में check which is the longest chain, so that will decide your parent carbon, like the root word. Okay, that's going to be your parent chain. So this part of it, it's going to be pentene, butene, butane, जो भी है. Check for the longest carbon atom chain. And once you've got your longest carbon atom chain and your root word, then you'll have all these other attachments. Check what all other elements are there in your carbon atom. So what all substituents are there? In this case, it is you have bromo. In this case, you have chloro. Apart from that, you've got like a special double bond also. So you need to indicate that that's there in the compound. So based on that, you're going to modify the word. Now, how do you figure out? So each substituent, whether it's halogen, whether it's, a methyl group, ethyl group, has its own special name, right? So you indicate that name and you have to indicate which carbon it is attached to. So that's why you're going to have your position numbers. Position numbers ke liye, of course, like you will assign the position numbers such that substituents get the lowest position number. So in this case, your position numbers can start either from this carbon atom or this carbon atom because this is our chain. अगर यहाँ से शुरू किया तो we get 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I start from here, I get 1, 2, 3, 4. So this bromo can get position number of either 2 or 3. इनमें से the lower one is 2, which is why we have assigned 2 bromo. Okay. And based on that, double bond is present on the second carbon atom. Yeah, it is connected to 3 also, but again, always go with the lowest position number. So that's why it is 2 bromo, 2 butene. Similarly, same thing, 5 carbon atom chain. So we've got pent. We see that there's a double bond here, इसलिए वो pentene होगा. And then whatever other things are there, give them the position numbers. So we have chloro and we have the double bond. इसलिए. See, this one, Dhriti, Shantanu, you guys working it out, or should I give the answer?
Miss, can you give the answer? I have to go through my nomenclature again.
What is the root compound that you find here? Like there is a benzene ring. So either it is benzene se related or there is like one CH3 attached to it. So the root compound that you find, what is it?
Benzene.
Benzene with a methyl group is called? So that's toluene. Yeah. So toluene hai with one methyl group. Toluene, so this is counted, this always get the position 1. And then yahan se start counting where the chlorines are present. This is 1, you get 2, 3, 4. So the 2 chlorine atoms are attached to second carbon atom and fourth carbon atom. So 2, 4 dichloro toluene.
Ma'am, I just have like a clarification. So this is the answer that I wrote, 2, 4 dichlorotoluene. But if I was to include and not write toluene instead, I choose to group. So what would the answer be?
If we are not doing toluene, then it would be.
If you're not doing toluene.
Then it would be. So our options are going to be 1 methyl and 2, 4 dichloro, or we can go with 1, 3 dichloro, 1, 3 dichloro, and 4. So either 1,2,4 or 1,3,4. Usme se
Okay.
1,2,4 is lower, so we'll go with 1-methyl 2,4-dichloro that way.
Got it.
Okay. Okay. So nomenclature, okay. So before we go ahead with other things, can we do a quick revision of classification for these? So this particular compound, I'll just like write it again so that it's clear. This is what it looks like. There's a Br over here. So what type of an alkyl halide is this?
It's
Yes, Shantanu? What type of alkyl halide is this? इसके पहले ही डिस्कस किया था ना. So what carbon atom it is connected to? वो देख के बताओ.
Vinylic.
Can you repeat that? Say vinylic or allylic?
Vinylic.
Vinylic, absolutely correct. Okay. And this one, Dhriti, what type of alkyl halide is this?
Vinylic only.
The second one, ye wala.
Oh, second one. It'll be allylic, I think.
Is
Yeah,
it?
allylic.
So allylic mein, it needs to be attached to the carbon atom, which is adjacent to sp2. Now, this particular carbon atom, is it adjacent or is it?
So it is aliphatic.
Aliphatic, yes. This is aliphatic. Instead, if chlorine was on this particular carbon atom, this is going to be allylic chlorine. Okay. All right. And this one? The last one? Anyone can answer.
Last
aryl.
one, aryl.
Aryl. Both the chlorines are aryl. Both of them are connected directly to the ring. Okay. Awesome. Now we'll do some reverse, like instead of nomenclature, see if you guys can do the structures from the name. So that has to be easier than, guessing the name from the structure. So let's do that.
What? I didn't get what?
So I'll give you the
name for
IUPAC name. I'll give you
the
the
the name. We have to draw the structure.
So you can draw the structure and send it on WhatsApp. Yeah, we can do that, right?
Or miss, we can like chance by chance we can do the drawing on the whiteboard, perhaps.
Or you can show it if it is convenient for you guys on your camera. Whiteboard, yeah. I mean, if you're able to do it, awesome. We can do that also. I was wondering.
Yeah, because all of us have the option of annotate, so we can do it.
And you give this one a shot. Should be fine. Will be a good revision also. Okay, so first is 4-tertiary butyl. Oh, what? Just a minute.
Miss, your screen is hanged or something?
Yeah, there's a bit of lag. Like, I think it's a computer issue.
We'll just name them. It's okay. We'll write it down.
Okay, so for it is 4 tertiary butyl. Four tertiary butyl, 3 iodoheptane.
Miss, it's part of the same name.
Yeah. This is one whole compound name. 4
So
tertiary
4
butyl,
butyl,
3 iodoheptane.
3 iodoheptane.
No, I'll just like display it on the board. Have this ready over here.
Ma'am, now that we've drawn the structure, how do we show it again?
Either way, I can give you guys
Yeah,
annotation.
the option of annotate. Like ऊपर जो view you are viewing Lasya J screen के बाजू में view options है. There you go to annotate and then you draw.
I have a question. Sorry, just like out of curiosity. When you annotate, everybody is able to see your annotation?
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay. This is a revelation.
Why were you doing some mischief on another Zoom call?
No, I was just very curious. I was like, because I've tried it before and it didn't work out.
Okay.
Can I?
Yes, you can.
Or
Yeah, go
Mitali is
ahead,
doing.
Hi, okay. Ma'am, can I make it like a condensed structure because I am not so good at this?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm giving you guys the
is-
option, like in case you're finding it difficult to draw it on your computer laptop using mouse, then you can do
Just
it
use it
on
the text option.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
you
actually.
can do that
thank you.
also. Yeah.
Mitali, you were going, right?
Yeah, just a second.
Yeah, take your time. No hurry.
It's a single compound, Ansh. 4 tertiary butyl, 3
2.
iodoheptane.
How do I make iodo?
Or just send me the picture. I'll draw it on.
Yeah.
your
Yeah, please. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
just send it on WhatsApp.
I suck at this.
Just a second, miss. CH2, CH2, CH3. Okay. Yeah. Where should I draw?
You can draw in the white space here.
Here, niche?
Yes.
Okay. C. This is too big. CH3 dash CH2 dash CH.
Ma'am, what is the okay? It's right here. 4 third
CH2 dash CH2 dash CH3. Now how do I go up here? Like Here on one CH, upar there is an I, and on the second CH, niche there is a C, CH3, CH3, CH3. It goes like that.
It's butyl.
Okay. Where have you drawn it,
Is
Dhriti?
it right? On my
Ma'am,
book.
On your book, okay.
oh,
I'm gonna
Can you
stop
see it?
sharing so that the video can get bigger. Yes, clear now. CH3, so that's 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 iodo, and 4 pe you have a tertiary butyl group. Absolutely awesome. That is
ma'am,
good.
I sent it on the group.
You sent it.
Yeah, I mean, it flipped, but
That's fine. Yes, this is correct. Same thing. No, this is
Yeah.
not correct. Tertiary butyl.
Arre.
Specified tertiary, right?
I got it
So-
right.
So tertiary
I
is.
got it right. I got it right.
So tertiary means there are no hydrogens attached to that particular carbon.
Okay. Sorry.
This is actually important that I did not discuss earlier. We need to know like primary, secondary, tertiary.
Yeah, I know primary, secondary.
Tertiary
I
is
just forgot,
attached to
yeah.
3 carbon atoms. Yeah, I'll do that on the board. And Shantanu, you guys got it?
Got it.
Yes, no? All right. So primary.
What's the next one?
Yeah, I'll just quickly discuss primary, secondary, tertiary, and then we'll do the next one. Okay. So primary is basically also represented as 1 degree. Primary is when you have maximum number of hydrogens attached to it. So a primary carbon atom is basically, yeah, so this is a primary halogen because the carbon attached, the carbon that is attached to the halogen is attached to only a single carbon atom. Okay, all of this is hydrogens, immaterial. But yeah, if this carbon is attached to only one carbon atom, then it's primary. Next, you have secondary. Secondary is 2 degree, again, extension of this. If the carbon atom is attached to 2 other carbon atoms, then this is a secondary alkyl halide. And tertiary is basically 3 degree when it is attached to 3 carbon atoms. So it's carbons all around, 0 hydrogens. So this particular type of alkyl halide is tertiary. In general, since this is attached to halogen, we say primary alkyl halide, secondary alkyl halide, tertiary alkyl halide. But universally, if you find a carbon atom attached to only a single carbon atom, it is generally primary. So instead of halogen, if this happens to be OH, it's a primary alcohol that way. If a carbon atom is attached to 2 other carbon atoms, so this is secondary, and attached to all 3, this is tertiary. So in the given question, you had tertiary butyl, right? So whatever Dhriti had drawn, so the substituent was a tertiary butyl. Butyl because 4 carbon atoms. Tertiary indicates that, oh yeah, this is attached to 3 other carbon atoms. And you have the heptane wala chain. Okay? So that's primary matlab attached only to 1 carbon. Secondary is attached to 2 other carbon atoms, and tertiary is attached to 3 carbon atoms. Now this can be anything, can be either alcohol or halogen, or it like this itself can be a alkyl group attached to a longer chain that way. All right, back to this, the second one, 2,2-dimethyl 1-bromobutane. It should actually be 1-bromo 2,2-dimethyl butane, but like anyway. No, actually, haloalkanes may when you have an alkyl group and a halo group, haloalkane itself is written together. So like chloropentane, like bromo.
Technically, it should be 1 bromo, 2, 2 dimethyl butane.
No,
Right?
that's what I said. Like, so whenever you have haloalkanes, haloalkanes are written together. Like, that's why those compounds are called haloalkanes. Actually, you can skip 2 for now and look at the third one. 2 chlorophenyl, 1 iodooctane. Let's do this. So one tip, take each part of the name at a time and then work it out. So you have octane, that gives you the parent carbon, like longest chain mein kitna hona chahiye. And then 1 iodo will tell you where the iodo is. And then 2 pe, you have this whole group. So then take this alone and figure out, okay, second carbon pe kya hona chahiye. So take it one part at a time, aasan hoga. You'll be able to work it out.
Ma'am, I've taken a picture of it and sent it on the group.
Yes, got it. Absolutely, you got it. Third is right. Here's the second also. Yeah, this also is right. Got that. T also sent 10. 1 iodo. This is also done. Yes, correct. Let me actually count the number of carbons for both of you. Correct.
Carbon is 8, that I counted 2 times so that I don't make a mistake. But I just wanted to check the other part.
Positions, yes, positions are right. Shantanu, will you be sending?
This class is till 5 or 5:15.
So I was thinking, because today is the first thing and we've gone like relatively slower because it's been a while, we'll end it at a logical point. I think we'll end it before we get to the properties.
How far is that?
Not much, only a tiny bit. 10-15 minutes. So that before the next class, at least once you guys get into the flow of things, it would, you can revise the plus I effect, minus I effect, all of that stuff.
Oh man, yeah. That.
What's going on with your school? Like, are you guys in the regular school thing?
Miss, we started with our school, like from today, proper school started.
It was really weird. I mean, school was on Monday, but then we had holidays for 2 days.
Okay,
So I
2
was
days.
like, I got
I'm
up at
like, why
7.
one day they started school for, but
Correct.
today,
Hmm.
and on
And
Thursday
today
we
is
have
already.
lectures at 8,
Oh,
8 in the morning. So we wake up at 7 and then take a shower and then sit for the lecture because we have bio 2 hours.
that's going to be
So,
heavy.
But like
yeah,
school
but
is sort of disorganized, or I don't know
yeah,
how.
they have,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Okay,
they'll
was
give us
going.
information.
No,
Ekdam
no,
mara
Miss
mara.
11th is pretty disorganized.
Very.
So, and again, today is Thursday. Tomorrow you'll have one more day, and then it is
Right,
Yeah,
one
and
day and then
one
again
day.
weekend. So yeah, this week, yeah, like just give it some time, and then you'll have like continuous. Oh, and you also had very few classes. Okay, you're still in the beginning, no? Then fine, I won't like load you guys so much. Abhi se. Okay.
No, Miss,
And
but we finished alkanes and haloarenes in school.
all right,
From school to
it's
I
okay.
don't know what
We'll do
pace the
this.
school goes, though. It's very fast.
Bole.
They'll revise it
just
again
goes
for
upward
exams. They'll come back to it.
No,
They'll
they
revise it.
don't.
No.
11th also, how they revised? Miss, chemistry was not revised at all. Physics, they're like, they did 2 chapters, then 4 they skipped, again they did two chapters, and the other rest of them they skipped. It was like that. Maths also, they didn't revise anything.
Abhi 12th
There's
and
no
like
revision.
just gonna do boards and also revisit it at some point.
Can't they cancel 12th boards like they did for the 10th grade?
That's going to be
They
difficult
can't
because
afford to do that.
they can't. All right. Ansh
They
and
should.
Shantanu, you guys sending this? Mil gaya. Correct. Got it.
They sent Miss on the group.
Yes. And then yes. Awesome. Ansh, this is phenyl, not cyclohexyl. So just be a little careful with that. Phenyl matlab resonance. So you need to draw, at the very least, you can just draw a circle in that hexagon, or else you can draw like alternating double bonds. Okay. So that's important. That's one tiny correction. And yeah, so I'll give you guys resources to practice nomenclature. At least you'll get the hang of things. Abhi, I will discuss one more concept and then we'll end the class. Okay. But before next class, I want you guys to go over last year's plus I effect, minus I effect, organic chemistry, basics of organic chemistry chapter mein. Those electron movement wala parts. What is your resonance effect? What is plus I? What is minus I? If you guys are blanking out on it, if you're not getting it despite revision, I can go over it in the next class, but it'll be easier if you guys, just brush up over it. If there's any parts you're not getting, I'll go over it. But otherwise, yeah, just give it a shot. Brush up on that. Okay. And class schedule, I will get it put up on the group description. If not today, by tomorrow it'll be up. Yeah. So books also links to the soft copies and the schedule will be up. All right. So another concept, talking about the carbon halogen bond. Now this is very, very important because this is what will decide all the properties of haloalkanes. What kind of reactions they will undergo, what they will favor, and even to the extent of primary alkyl halides and tertiary alkyl halides will undergo different kinds of reactions. They will undergo different mechanisms, all because presence of the halogen is affecting the CX bond. Okay. So CX bond, first point we can see, this is an extremely polarized bond. Why is the CX bond polarized?
The height
Because in
difference
comparison to
negative.
carbon, they are very electronegative.
Yes, halogens are
Yeah.
one of the most electronegative. They're on like the rightmost in the periodic table. So they'll pull at those shared pair of electrons that polarizes the bond. So polarizes matlab there's like tiny partial positive charge and negative charge being created. So once you have those tiny amount of positive charge, negative charge, you can see, you know, if you put in a reaction with OH minus ions, they will selectively attack, you know, wherever there is a positive charge present that way. All right. Next, bond length. Depending on the halogen atom, of course, the bond length is going to vary. This is pretty simple, pretty obvious. Why is the order this way? Fluorine is the lowest, smallest bond length, and iodine is the largest bond length.
Because fluorine atom is smaller than iodine atom.
Correct. So simple, smaller atom, matlab the bond length is going to be tinier. I guess facing a lag in the audio and video.
Yes, miss.
Okay. Next we have polarity. So polarity, carbon fluorine bond is the most polarized, followed by chlorine, followed by bromine, and carbon iodine is the least polarized. How can you explain this? Why is the polarity order this way?
Based on the difference in their sizes. Because fluorine is a very small atom, it won't easily undergo, it can easily attract the electrons, whereas iodine is a very huge atom. So for it to attract electrons that easily and to keep them under its like control or near it is very difficult. That's why the polarity decreases as you go down the group.
Very good. Awesome. That's one way to put it. It's indirectly, you know, related to their electronegativity also. So polarity is like how much of a charge difference is basically created. You can think of it that way. So carbon fluorine is a small atom. It attracts a pair of electrons. So the polarity is higher in that case as compared to chlorine, then bromine, then iodine. Okay. So these are like some important characteristic. So the polarity, like the bond is polarized, and that extent of polarization will decide what kind of reactions it undergoes and how fast, like what the speed or the extent of the reactions are going to be. So when we look at the properties in detail, we'll come across different cases. So we'll go over those. So there's one more point I would put. The polarization, it's not given here, but polarization also depends on whether the halogen is attached to a primary or secondary or tertiary carbon atom. If you can give the reason why, that's amazing. Else, go back, revise the basics of organic chemistry, and tell me why that is the case. Like, why is the polarity in primary, secondary, tertiary differing? Yeah, Mitali, go ahead.
Effect, because of the inductive effect, if it's attached to, if we take an example, primary and tertiary, due to the presence of methyl groups. Wait. Yeah, inductive effect. Sorry. I mean, I know it's right, but I can't put my finger on the explanation.
That's, yeah. So alkyl groups are electron donating or electron withdrawing?
Donating.
Alkyl groups are electron donating. So that is going to reduce the extent of, that's going to affect the polarization between carbon and this thing. I won't say reduce the extent, but yeah, it affects the polarization that's already created. Okay. So when we do the properties, we'll go in detail, but yeah, that is another effect to remember, another factor. Okay, now coming to haloarenes. So the lone pair on halogen atom is involved in resonance. So the CX bond acquires partial double bond characteristics. So we've seen this happen like when we did resonance also, right? So lone pair jumps. Let me. So yeah, when you have benzene, okay, this is going to take some time. So we have done this before. Like in case you want, I can draw the structures of different resonance structures and I can send it to you guys. I can draw it on paper and send it.
Ma'am,
But yeah.
different resonance structures of
Chlorobenzene.
oh, the 5 structures shifting double.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So during that,
Chlorobenzene, so we know, no?
yeah. So you can see, like, if you guys remember, if you guys know, so that has partial double bond characteristics because of resonance, because those electrons are constantly in motion. Okay. If you compare aliphatic alkyl halides versus aryl halides, CX in haloarenes is less polar than CX in haloalkanes. Why?
Ma'am, could you just repeat that?
So the CX bond in haloarenes is less polar than the CX bond in haloalkanes. Why?
I can try.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just ma'am, let me frame it.
Okay. In the meantime, if any of you also, like you guys want to think about it, you can do that.
Ma'am, CX bond in haloarenes is less polar than CX bond in haloalkanes due to the difference in dipole. In haloarenes, in haloarenes, the dipole moment is less because of what is it? The electrons that are above and below no,
Delocalized electrons, is that what?
delocalized. Sorry.
Mhm.
The delocalized electrons are dispersed. It's not fixed, and because they're dispersed, it reduces the dipole moment of a haloarene in comparison to an haloalkane. Because in haloalkanes, the delocalized electrons are present, and therefore it has a higher dipole moment because they're not dispersed; they're fixed.
No, major
Polar.
mistake there. Yeah, like so in haloalkanes, you don't have any delocalized electrons at all. You have delocalization only in haloarenes. I think you put it wrongly, but the concept you touched on is correct. Like logically, that is the concept, but your explanation was wrong. So yeah, because of delocalization, see, we literally just read that resonance, another word for delocalization, the CX bond acquires partial double bond characteristics, right? So what is happening to the electron density in the CX bond as compared to alkanes? Is it increasing? Is it decreasing?
Ma'am, could you repeat that?
Like what is happening to the electron
Increasing.
density? Yeah, electron density is increasing in haloarenes because of resonance. Yeah.
Yes, because of the resonance.
To haloalkanes. So polarity is because, carbon doesn't have that ability to pull electrons. Halogen has the ability to pull electrons towards itself. So that is why you're getting that polarity. That's how the bond is getting polarized, because unequal distribution of electrons. But because of resonance, carbon is able to provide its own electrons, like it's able to pull those electrons because, you know, they're getting roped into resonance, right? So the charge difference between carbon and halogen is less in haloarenes as compared to haloalkanes. I'll attempt drawing it and showing it.
Ma'am, can you frame
Yeah.
the answer?
Okay. If I were to answer it in one word, if it's like MCQ or something like that, the answer is resonance. So to
What
elaborate,
is the 2-mark answer?
yeah, I'm giving it to you. So to elaborate on that, so you can put it this way. So in haloarenes, the CX bond, due to resonance, the CX bond acquires partial double bond characteristics. So electron jumps, and then, you know, you've got like negative charge and positive charge on this and whatever, right? So due to resonance, this acquires partial double bond characteristics, which reduces the which basically reduces the polarization. So because this acquires partial double bond characteristics, so in this case, it is pretty straightforward. Like X is directly pulling on these electrons, and carbon acquires partial positive charge, and this acquires a partial negative charge. In this case, it is not that straightforward. It's got like partial double bond characteristics, which basically reduces the charge separation between both these atoms. And hence, this particular bond is less polar as compared to the CX bond in haloalkanes. You getting it? Yes, look a little blank.
Yes, ma'am. Got it.
So resonance makes this bond acquire partial double bond characteristic, which increases the density of electrons in this particular space. So now you don't have that charge separation anymore as compared to haloalkanes, which is why this is less polar than in haloalkanes. Yeah, that is the thing. So physical properties, chemical properties, we will do in the next class. Yeah, I'll give you guys, before properties, we have all the preparation methods, right? So this will start from the next class. But yeah.
Ma'am, can I just read out the answer? So if
All
there
right.
is any
Yeah.
fault.
Right.
Okay, so in haloarenes, the CX bond, due to the phenomenon of resonance, acquires partial double bond characteristics, which reduce the polarization. Therefore, the CX bond in haloarenes is less polar than the CX bond in haloalkanes.
Absolutely. Yes. Okay. All right. So before next class, like preferably probably over the weekend, actually, I'll see the schedule. I don't think you guys have chemistry class tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow you guys don't have any class as such. So yeah, over the weekend, revise the basics of organic chemistry. And yeah, so specifically, you don't even have to go over the whole chapter. You can practice nomenclature. I'll send a website where you can do that. And you just revise the different effects, how it affects the reactions and how it affects the bonds, the plus I, plus E, minus E, plus R, minus R. So inductive effect, electromagnetic effect, resonance, just these parts. Okay. And be aware of what are the electron donating groups, what are the electron withdrawing groups. That is going to help you a lot in understanding these reactions. So, okay, just that.
Yes, ma'am. Got it.
Cool. All right. All right.